Well, casting your vote here in the United States, as you can see, isn't simply a matter of putting a cross on a piece of paper. And it's not only the presidential candidate you're voting for, you're also voting for senators, congressmen, local assemblymen, and a whole lot else beside. And how you cast your vote depends on which state you live in. Here in New York, they use a voting machine like this one. By flicking a switch like this, you can vote for the person or the party you want. And you can go on voting for the senator, for the local assemblyman, or whoever else you wish. More than 100 million people are registered to vote in America, though only about half will actually do so. But one way or another, most will settle in front of their television sets in the early evening for the by now traditional battle of the networks. After the early speculation, the television companies then firmly predict the result, much to the annoyance of some politicians who argue that it discourages voters from turning out, particularly those on the West Coast, where there's a 3-hour time difference. The BBC's Washington correspondent, Martin Bell, has seen how much television has dominated the whole campaign.
In a way, this campaign is entirely about television. It is all set up for television. Television surrounds everything. It determines everything that the candidates do. And not so much Mondale. Mondale started in a funny kind of way. He had charts and blackboards, and he was trying to expound in a rather professorial way all kinds of very solid stuff about the deficit and so on. But it didn't catch on, and he then got to imitating the Reagan rallies, which I've seen the stuff. It's unbelievable. There are balloons and flags, and the whole thing is done to get a favourable image on the network news at night. It doesn't matter what he says. I've just sat through 11 speeches, identical in different cities, word for word, just the same. I could quote them at you. But what he says doesn't matter. What matters, you've got these great crowds, an image of a popular president, and it is the most packaged, best orchestrated, most cleverly managed campaign I've ever seen in my life.